make an appointment for you for tomorrow morning.
With whom?
With Dr. Pagano across the street.
Why do I need a psychiatrist?
Because you are my daughter, and in my humble opinion, you need mental help in the worst way.
I'm still married to Joe, no matter what he's done. If I want to talk to him, it doesn't mean that I'm out of my mind.
Siobhan, if you go upstairs with me this minute, I'll show you a rhyming dictionary you bought me and 3 drafts of a birthday poem to Joe you asked me to write. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you asked me to write it because you love the man. Now, let me bring witnesses in here. I'll bring in your mother and Kevin, even Dee. And we'll ask them if, whenever I dare to criticize or object to your darling Joe in any way, you didn't blow your top and lay me out from here to Tipperary.
What's the point, Daddy?
The point is, you love Joe totally, without reserve. You're willing to take on the whole world to defend him, right? But now, when it turns out that Joe is as vicious, as dangerous, as dishonest as we all said he was, what are you doing? You're ready to run back to his arms and ask him how you turned him into such a rotten apple? I look at that kind of behavior, girl, and I say, oh, you need help?
Thanks, Daddy.
You're welcome.
Not for your good advice, but for making it so difficult, no, impossible to communicate with.
Well, you're talking. I'm listening. Go ahead. What more do you want?
Honest support, a little understanding, shades of gray, nuance, call it whatever you want to. I am trying to do a little honest self-examination, and all I get from you is judgment. You can yell black, white, good, bad as much as you like. It isn't helping.
All right, then get yourself a new set of parents. Or go ask one of your muddle-headed friends if common sense means nothing to you.
You won't listen, will you? What I am trying to say is that if I am responsible in any way for what Joe did, I want to know. I want to understand.
End of round 1. Look, this little display may be entertaining, but unless they've all paid a cover charge, it's a wasted effort.
I am trying to be fair to Joe. He thinks I'm off the wall.
Jack, the man is capable of murder, and she's ready to forgive him. Now explain that to me,
Forgive him?
will you?
No reconciliation either. I'm not even ready to begin to think about that. I'm just trying to be fair.
You're saying it louder won't help him understand it any better.
You know. No one else.
Know what?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
You look better, Joey. Lighter, less troubled.
Well, I am, Alexi. I've realized who my true family is and where my loyalties lie.
Any regrets?
Only that it took me so long to fully appreciate what you had to offer me. And that I wasted so much time with someone who I thought I wanted. It was a big mistake. Siobhan wasn't worth it.
That means to me.
You've never taken my side. Let's cut to the chase. I hate you, you hate me.
This marriage isn't over.
I've made up my mind. You didn't leave me any choice.
You're not giving up any more than I am.
I hate that I have to walk away from the father of my children. I just want to hold him.
Oh, L'Amour. Days of Our Lives. Tonight at 7. Only on SoapNet. A tycoon and a good Samaritan.
I can help you.
A cop and an ex-con.
Decide to keep me company?
A mobster and a computer geek.
You don't have to go through this alone.
Think these oddball pairs are fun? How about a dishwasher and a rat? Cooking up comedy in a gourmet restaurant.
Together, we can be the greatest chef in Paris.
Catch all the unlikely friendships on AMC, One Life, and GH. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights on SoapNet. And don't miss Disney Pixar's Ratatouille starting June 29.
Here's something to think about. 56% of Diet Cola drinkers think Diet Pepsi has more cola taste than Diet Coke. That means if the show 90210 were real, Dylan, Kelly, and Steve would drink Diet Pepsi, while Andrea and Brenda would drink Diet Coke. But Brenda is just drinking it because Dylan is drinking Diet Pepsi. And this week, Brenda hates Dylan.
I couldn't quite believe it. One little pill a day helped my heartburn go away. The problem was it came back. It broke through, especially at night. Then I found this. Mylanta Ultimate Strength works great on heartburn, even the kind that breaks through. Mylanta is really fast, and my doctor said I could take it even though I'm on a daily medicine.
When heartburn breaks through, try Mylanta Ultimate Strength. Now in chewables.
Watch this.
I dropped a dress size every 2 weeks and went from a size 20 to a size 10.
I tried dozens of diets, but Medifast was the only one that I could actually stick with, and I lost 57 pounds doing it. I feel awesome.
Medifast, clinically proven to take the weight off, 2 to 5 pounds a week.
I tried every diet under the sun, and only with Medifast did my cravings stop, and I lost 85 pounds.
You never get hungry because you eat a balanced meal 6 times a day.
You too can look better, feel better, and be healthier. With over 50 meals to choose from, you will never get bored with the same old meal options. And with the Lean and Green Meal, you and your family can all sit down together for a healthy dinner. With your first 4-week order, you receive 1 week of food free, 5 weeks for the price of 4. And we pay the shipping. If you are not completely satisfied with your results in the first 30 days, simply return the unused portion for a full refund. No questions asked. Call the number on your screen.
But your Siobhan was so devoted to you.
Not enough. The Ryans always came first. Their values always meant more. I could no longer afford to associate with her.
I have so many memories of conversations in this very room. Of how Siobhan must not know your business. Of how Siobhan had the right to follow her own interests and join the police academy.
I know, but we are through, Alexi. I compromised myself for her. She was totally unwilling to accommodate me. And I was the loser. About this Finelli business. Alexi, if it's all right with you, I would prefer just to leave Siobhan out of this discussion.
As you wish.
Since she has left the Crystal Palace, I can think much more clearly about the business at hand. I'm looking forward to devoting all my attention to this venture that should prove so lucrative to both of us.
I am pleased. Your change of heart is most welcome. We need you, Joey.
Let me give you a more detailed explanation of what I've done.
Excellent.
This is a list I've put together of prospective men for the drug running.
What are these checks?
All right, 1 check means I've used the man before. He's shown interest in working with us again.
And 2 checks?
Those are names recommended by dealers along the route. Now, this copy is yours. You can approve it or investigate it further.
And the boat?
Well, I'm compiling a list right now of suppliers. I should have it ready for you tomorrow.
I'd like it today.
Well, so far I've only been able to look into 3 or 4 sources. I would like to be able to give you a wider choice.
That's enough. Unless one of them is DB Pleasure Craft.
It is.
8 months ago, a boat was ordered from that company by one of our competitors. The boat arrived fully equipped with cameras, bugging equipment in the steering column, and a radar tracing device. Our competitor is under indictment.
Yes. And the original owner of DB Pleasure Craft is now managing a nice little bookstore up in Portland, Maine. I think there was some problem about his house burning down and chronic brake failure in his car. I assure you, Alexi, the current owner is much more willing to comply with our specifications.
I compliment you on a thorough investigation. Could you phone me the names of the other suppliers this afternoon?
Well, I'd rather not. I think it's much too critical to trust over the phone.
Go back to your office, Joey, and I'll have Nick follow you immediately for the list.
Well, if there was some other way, I think...
Joey, I realize, because of Finelli's article, that you prefer not to have my people around. But the drug operation requires immediate action. Nick won't stay long. I promise you.
All right.
And again, congratulations. You've made the correct choice. For the next few days, concentrate on your work. Try to put your wife completely out of your mind.
I have no wife. I'll never see her again, Alexi. As far as I'm concerned, she doesn't exist.
It's about you and me.
You're my sister-in-law.
Beyond that.
Friends. We care about one another very much. Siobhan?
Maybe Daddy's right. Maybe I need help. I have a guilty conscience.
About what?
A long time ago, I fell in love with my sister's husband. And my sister knew.
Nothing to feel guilty about. Your behavior was impeccable.
I think Joe always knew. I think he picked up on something that I held on to from the past. Nothing specific, a feeling, but something strong enough to undermine his friendship with you and start all this trouble.
That's enough of that, huh?
I think I may have contributed to it in some way.
Siobhan, please don't. You're upset. You're hurt. You're angry. Now, you want to feel guilty about being angry? Okay. But don't go chasing shadows, looking for things that aren't there.
One more conversation with Joe.
No, forget it.
I can't leave things like this.
Siobhan, don't do it. Now, look, what I'm about to say may make a difference, all right? Now, I've decided not to prosecute Joe and not to gather any more evidence against him.
Jack.
I assume you agree with my decision.
Yes, I do. But I still have to see him.
Siobhan. Siobhan.
Jack, thank you. Ms. Woodard was terrific. She gave me a job.
Ray hired you on the spot.
Not as a reporter, not as much of anything, but a learner. I'm going to be Schultze's assistant.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What's the excitement?
It's good news, Johnny.
Yeah?
Ray Woodard offered me a job.
Oh, that's wonderful. Hey, there's nothing like starting at the top. News like that deserves,
A big hug.
My thoughts exactly. Oh.
Now, before we get too carried away, we should realize this is not the job of my dreams. I mean, I came to New York to be a reporter, right? I'm not there yet, but a lot closer than I was a couple of hours ago.
Exactly.
Do you know Marion Schultz very well?
Schultze? One of the best.
I'm Ray's assistant's assistant.
Who happened to be the one who taught Ray much of what she knows. The fact is, you keep your eyes and your ears open. You will learn more in a month working for Schultze than you would in a year writing obits and classified ads. It's an opportunity of lifetime.
And Ray said if I had a good idea or a story, I could bring it directly to her.
That's terrific. Terrific.
Half my classmates at school would kill just for the chance of meeting Ray Woodard, let alone working with her.
Somebody should warn Jane to be careful.
Why is that?
I'm not surprised that Ray hired you. She really admires honesty and persistence.
Both of which you've got plenty of.
And now be straight with her and willing, and don't assume anything at first. Ask.
What if she says no?
I get the idea that she already said no to you once today.
I changed her mind.
It's been my experience. If you do your homework and present your case well, she can be convinced.
Anything I shouldn't do?
Oh, don't ever try to con her. Not ever. She's unusually sensitive to fancy maneuverings. One more thing. If you're ever at a party with her or a business meeting, don't try to upstage her. She'll cut you off at the knees.
Oh, thanks for the warning.
Forewarned is forearmed.
When she's laughing, it's a good sign.
Oh, she was laughing today, smiling.
Well, I'm sure she was.
Boy, I wish I'd had a tape of that interview.
Why are you all getting so happy?
It makes me happy to see Annie Ryan do well in the world. Here she is, in New York, less than a week. And she's got a job with Woodard Enterprises already. I am so proud of you.
Johnny, how can you say that? After all the grief Ray Woodard has caused this family? And how could Jack even have introduced Jane to her in the first place?
Grief?
It's got
You
nothing,
don't know the half of it.
nothing to do with the newspaper business, Dee.
Let me tell you about Frank Ryan.
Dee.
He was...
Dee, that's enough.
Dee, will you please leave well enough alone?
It sounds like a wonderful story. I'd love to hear it sometime. I'm starved.
Hey, look. March yourself into the kitchen. There's some corned beef in the refrigerator. Help yourself.
Thank you. Thanks for the advice.
You know something? That little girl's gonna do all right.
Bet she couldn't run a restaurant.
I don't understand a word of what you're saying.
Having problems with your phone service? Switch to the Ewing Family Plan.
Oh.
Whether it's business or pleasure. Sign up for the Ewing Family Plan on Back to Back Dallas. Today starting at 11 on SoapNet.
I've got the greatest news. Every weekday, spend twice the time with the gang from Beverly Hills. Double the Dylan, double the David, double the Donna. Catch back-to-back episodes of 90210 today at 3 with another episode at 4 only on SoapNet. 5, 6, 7, and
One Tree Hill at 5.
5, 6, 7.
The OC at 6.
5, 6, 7. Ooh.
Days of Our Lives at 7.
5, 6, 7. Oh.
You're about to get lucky.
Pull it together.
Watch One Tree Hill, The OC, and Days of Our Lives at
5, 6, 7.
You can expect more of that.
Kosher hot dogs only use the finest cuts of kosher beef. Not so with the other guys. That's why Hebrew National 100% kosher beef hot dogs have no fillers or byproducts. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Hebrew National. We answer to a higher authority.
Your summer day stays with your skin. That's why there's Eucerin Daily Replenishing Lotion to restore and replenish. Eucerin. It's skin therapy for all seasons.
Welcome to Now. Right now, it's loud and clear. You're skipping breakfast to lose weight. Good thing you know research shows women who eat breakfast, like the Special K breakfast, actually weigh less. The Special K breakfast, a bowl of Special K red berries, fruit, and coffee, all for less than 250 calories. What's the difference between skipping breakfast to weigh less and actually eating breakfast to weigh less? Now you know. The difference is K.
How much are you paying for internet service? $21? $23? Aren't you being charged too much? We think so. With People PC Online, you get unlimited internet access for only $10.95 a month. Go to peoplepc.com now to try us free for 30 days. With People PC Online, you get internet service for less than half of what the big guys cost. You also get more local access numbers than AOL, plus a smart dialer that automatically chooses the fastest, most reliable number. So you always get the best connection. All for just $10.95 a month. See for yourself. Compare us side by side with your current ISP and find out why J.D. Power and Associates ranked us highest in customer satisfaction among dial-up internet service providers. Go online or call 1-800-943-1729. People PC Online, a better way to internet.
Moving day is here, the most dreaded of days. Packing, unpacking, your mind in a haze. DirecTV knows how stressful moving can be, so we make keeping your entertainment both easy and free. For uninterrupted service of the shows you like best, just leave the dish behind and we'll handle the rest. Simply dial 866 where you move on the phone. Let DirecTV turn your new house into a home.
Corned beef in this town is so delicious. Not to mention all the breads, the bagels, croissants, pita. I bet by this time next month I'll have gained 15 pounds.
You could gain a little weight. A lot, actually. It wouldn't hurt.
How are the steaks in New York? As good as in Chicago?
Well, at my restaurant, it's called Delia's Crystal Palace. I own 25% of it. We serve the best filet mignon in the country. And we have the best New York sirloin. In fact, Delia's Crystal Palace is one of the most successful restaurants in New York City.
That's great. I love food. You want me to fix you a sandwich?
No, thanks. I'm having our special scampi later tonight.
That interview with Ray made me so hungry.
You a nervous eater?
No, a happy one. Happiness makes me hungry. Actually, everything makes me hungry, but food tastes especially good when things are going my way.
You really are a wonderful person.
Thank you.
Cheerful, optimistic, positive. No wonder Maeve and Johnny are being so nice to you. They really admire that reaction so much.
What reaction?
You know, being able to paste on a pretty little smile when inside you're dying of disappointment. Pretending to look at the sunny side of the street when actually it's raining cats and dogs.
I'm not sure what you mean.
That miserable job you just had to take.
Miserable?
Oh, I get it. You don't want to talk about it. It's okay. Listen, I know just how you feel. I saw this in a movie once, just like this. There was this young kid, fresh from some fresh young podunk school in the Midwest. She didn't have any money, she didn't have any talent, or not much anyway. And she had this wild dream of being a reporter in the big city. So she packed her bags and she put on her best clothes, which seemed all right to her. You know, that was all she could afford. And she flew off straight into the spider's web, which is what you did. Flew off right into Ray Woodard's web. And instead of landing that job as a cub reporter, you're stuck in this little assistant's job. And I know you're embarrassed and humiliated, but you're making the best of it. Maybe in a month or so you'll get out of it. But for now, you are really being wonderful about this.
No.
No?
I'm not being wonderful about anything. I'm excited. I like Ray. I like Schultze.
You like pushing paper?
I like learning a lot in a short period of time and getting paid for it.
Oh, I get it. You're giving up on the idea of being a reporter.
Not on your life. That'll happen sooner than anybody thinks.
You really believe in yourself that much?
Well, yeah.
Well, so did I. On my way up to being rich and successful, which I am now. In fact, I'm probably more so than any member of the Ryan family will ever be. But there were times when I was the only person that knew what I was capable of, like you. I just have to tell myself, Delia, you're a strong, independent person. There are always going to be people that think you did the wrong thing to get where you are. But you deserve good things, pretty clothes, and lots of money. And I got all those things. Like this dress, just one of hundreds. You know how many filet mignon you have to sell to buy a dress like this?
I can imagine.
So I hope you get a better job soon, because success is really wonderful. It really is.
Something on your mind?
Was it something I said?
To whom?
Delia. Clue me in on what I've done to her, will you?
Bring your sandwich out to the bar. I'll buy you a beer. Delia takes a little explaining.
You should have heard her. She was a fresh young kid, wild dreams. All this.
Ryan's Hope is next. Then dangerous desires ignite on days. Later, little lies lead to big trouble on AMC, only on SoapNet.
Nobody should know about this.
That was a dangerous job.
You're lying to me. You're up to something, and I want to know what.
You look guilty as hell and can't prove otherwise.
Don't tell me you're telling the truth, because it's going to make me even madder than I am now.
This is a damn nightmare.
Welcome to Soapnetic, the first and only new broadband service that lets you feed your soap craving on your time.
Click any button and it's on.
Soapnetic gives you clips from all your favorite soaps.
Plus exclusives, premieres, originals, specials, and interviews, stars, classics. Soapnetic, you're in control.
Get in control with Soapnetic, the only way to feed your soap craving.
Soapnetic, must watch now.
To find out how to get Soapnetic, log on to soapnetic.com today.
Smearing off eyes, huh?
Gotta think of everything, dude. It's cool.
So, what's up with the gizmo? Later. I'm out of here.
You think of everything. You don't let friends drive when they shouldn't.
Stu, how does Tidy Cat's litter work?
Well, each granule is formulated to absorb quickly and lock in odor better than ever.
So can I invite some friends?
Yes.
Tidy Cats. Multiple strengths for multiple cats.
There's an M&M in everyone. Find yours at MMS.com.
You're not gonna like this, Alexi.
Apples, cheese, grapes. Looks perfectly acceptable to me.
I just heard from Pierce in Scranton. Another bust.
How much this time?
We lost over $250,000, but that's not all. You know how the figures are off all across the board. Now our Florida contacts won out.
They have no brains, very little sense of adventure. We're well rid of them. Did they give any reasons?
Yeah, they said the feds are on their backs.
The feds are always on our backs. It's an occupational hazard.
You don't sound very concerned.
I'm not. Within a month, our drug operation will be completely turned around.
You realize we need a whole new plan of action. We need contacts. We need a new boat.
New management, yes. It's all taken care of. Joe Novak is laying an entirely new groundwork. In fact, I want you to go to the Crystal Palace immediately. Joe has a list of suppliers for the new boat.
Well, can he phone them in?
Joe doesn't trust the phone. Neither do I.
You'll have the list within an hour.
And don't delay at the Crystal Palace. No drinking and no gambling.
No, sir. How's Mr. Novak doing?
Very well indeed. He's made a clean break with his wife and her family. He said, in fact, that he never wanted to see Siobhan again.
Well, surprised to see you. Thought you weren't coming back ever again.
I don't intend to make a habit of surprise visits, but I wasn't satisfied with the way we left things.
Siobhan, I'm in a very bad mood. Don't start anything.
I'm not trying to start anything. I'm trying to end something cleanly.
You're wasting my time and yours.
Joe, I am very angry at you for what you did to Jack, to me and to the whole family. But I also want to be fair.
Well, don't bother. Not now. Go home, all right?
I think I may be responsible for some of this. At some point, I must have done something or felt something that started you off in the
Look,
first
Siobhan,
place.
my uncle and the business were here long before you came along the scene. Discussion ended. Now, if you don't mind, I have work to do.
No. I invested a few years of my life in you, in hopes for us. I have a right to a few minutes of your time to work this through.
Siobhan, go home. Now.
I won't.
Daytime's hottest soaps are in prime time. At 7, Days of Our Lives. 8, All My Children. 9, One Life to Live. 10, General Hospital. And at 11, The Young and the Restless. Tonight starting at 7, only on SoapNet.
Good scotch is much more than a good drink, as my father used to say. And as my mother used to say, beware the dependent female.
Did your mother really say that?
Often. Well, at least once. Whoever said it, it was excellent advice.
The best. See, the question is, though, Barbara is as needy as I imagine. And why am I so attracted to her?
That's a good point. In the past, you've always picked strong ones.
Not always.
Kim was an exception, but, well, there was Nell.
It's true. Jillian?
Hello?
Jillian Coleridge, please.
This is she?
Ah, Jonas Roving here. I was wondering how your inquiry was going.
Well, it's fascinating, if nothing else. Oh, and thank you for the reference to Harun al-Rashid. He saw me right away.
Oh, good. Was he helpful?
Well, he assured me that Aristotle Benedict White is a man who produces results.
In other words, he wasn't a great deal more illuminating than I.
Well, at this point, I'm certain of this much. Mr. Benedict White is brilliant. It may take me a day or two to find out if he is also unscrupulous. You museum types are a little less direct than the people I'm used to dealing with in court.
Well, perhaps I was wrong in sending you to Harun. Tell me, could you use other sources?
I certainly could. Especially if it was someone who was willing to speak, freely.
Well, I gather that Cyril Campion, he knows your man quite well.
Well, anyone who knows Aristotle Benedict White well is someone I would like to meet. How do I find Mr. Campion?
As long as I'm here, I thought we could wrap up a few loose ends.
No, I'm busy.
Go back to your office, Joey, and I'll have Nick follow you immediately for the list.
Go home, Siobhan.
I spent a lot of time thinking today.
Look, when you left last night, you ended the marriage. Now, you can't come back.
I haven't come back.
Great. And go back to Ryan's. About to open soon. I got a lot of things to do.
So do I, Joe.
Fine.
I got to prepare for my class tomorrow, and I have a new life to start.
Not here, you don't.
Yeah, but what I have to do
Look,
here...
you're not going to wrap anything up here. You were going to get out of my office before I throw you out.
Or before a friend comes? A pal from the mob? Vartova? A woman, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, you'll just have to spare me a few minutes, because I've got something I gotta get out of the way.
This June on SoapNet, the drama is hot.
I like that. It's kind of cool.
Stefano returns to Salem.
Teach him a lesson he'll never forget.
Will the DeMira clan finally get revenge against the Bradys?
We're gonna kick some DeMira butt. Damn right we are.
Watch Days of Our Lives all June long on SoapNet. What's new in Genoa City? Here's what you need to know.
Tori here? No, she's not. I'll wait.
Brad, stop. I don't think that Phyllis is really injured.
You think I'm faking this?
I'm sorry, Nick. This is for your own good.
I know this is my fault. I just want you to be okay.
The count of 3. 1, 3.
Keep up to date with The Young and the Restless. Weeknights at 11 on SoapNet.
Hello?
Do you think my husband will like this?
Will your husband like a picture so crisp he can count the stitches on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball?
Okay.
Nah, he won't like it. He'll love it, and he'll love you. Get this, and you might just get a shiny surprise from over there.
Really?
Yeah, nothing says I love you to a man like high definition. Nothing.
All the best electronics, TVs, digital cameras, portable DVD players, and more. Kmart.
I had this dream last night. There were no raisins, so I went to the store to buy Raisin Bran Crunch. Just Bran Crunch.
Well, at least you still had the crunchy flakes and granola clusters, and that's the money right there.
Nightmare. No raisins.
As long as Mrs. Flake and Mr. Granola are coming to Crunchtown, it's a great time.
I had this dream where Sonny and I, we went dancing at this club. We had a little
There are plenty of reasons to love Kellogg's Raisin Bran Crunch. What's yours?
If at the end of the day your financial needs have changed and you need cash now, J.G. Wentworth can help. J.G. Wentworth will provide the most cash for your structured settlement or annuity payments. We work with thousands of people just like you to get the cash they need today. It's your money. Use it when you need it. Call J.G. Wentworth today. Representatives are standing by. Call 866-778-4919.
There's a place called Hidden Valley, where kids not only eat their vegetables, they can't get enough. Hidden Valley Ranch makes vegetables delectable.
All right, Siobhan. Your needs first, as always.
I've thought a lot about the way you framed Jack. How angry you must have been, how deep that had to go.
Mm-hmm.
You believed he was in love with me.
I still do.
But that's not what got to you.
Oh, really?
What tore you up, deep down, was the idea that I loved him too, that I was in love with him. And once you were convinced that that's the way I felt, it was like, it must have felt like an affair was going on right under your nose. I talked to him most days. We visited back and forth, and you saw it as your wife having a love affair, insisting on it. In fact, when you...
Am I supposed to be interested in this, huh?
I'm not trying to entertain you.
Well, what are you trying to do?
I guess I'm leading up to my own statement.
I didn't make it and skip the analysis.
The only
Don't
reason
try to read my mind because you're no good at it. Next time when you feel like making a statement, stay home and make it to the mirror, all right? You're wasting my time.
I couldn't care less. And there won't be a next time. If I have any guilty feelings after today, I'll handle them myself. But right now, I intend to lay this all out.
Guilty feelings? Is that what you said?
I have been taking a look at my part in what happened to us. It's not letting you off the hook. That's me accepting responsibility for whatever I did. It takes two.
What, is that what the sisters taught you? It takes two? Now I see what you're doing. I see what you're going through. See, you're facing a divorce. That puts you in danger of mortal sin, right? Means you must have done something. Oh, get out of here, Siobhan. Go back to Father McShane. Play the sweet little Catholic
Listen, you
with your
fool,
mother.
you picked up on something real. It was real. Part of why you hurt Jack was your own vicious, jealous nature. And part of it was based on a valid perception. Got that?
Wait a minute.
The meeting is adjourned. I have said what I have to say. I don't want to discuss it anymore.
Close it. Right, you said valid perception. What is that supposed to mean?
For a while, before I met you, and for a while, when I thought you were dead, I was in love with Jack. Nothing happened between us, but the feelings were there. It's not that important, and it certainly doesn't excuse anything you did. I had to acknowledge that element of truth.
But are you happy now? Gone to confession? Your soul's pretty and nice and white again?
No, I'm not happy, Joe. I'm finished.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, I'm all set for you.
Alexi sent me for a list you made. He said it's important.
Yeah, I got it right here. Pour yourself a drink.
No thanks.
No?
So your wife leaving?
Yeah.
She looked pretty angry.
Well, I had the locks on the apartment changed. I don't think she went for that too much.
She left a lot of stuff, huh?
You'll have to find somebody to send it to her. Thanks for the pickup.
Anytime. Have a nice evening.
Yeah, I sure will.
I've worked out a fascinating theory about my self-independent women. I'll try to put it together for you.
You know, Barbara is not always so needy. She's a very commanding person around that studio.
How about this? You, as a strong personality, need the challenge of a strong woman. But on the other hand, a woman who leans on you feels so right.
She's successful, she's beautiful, she's bright. Right now she's faced with a very real crisis in her life.
It may be that you're happier with a dependent partner.
You know, Barbara may not be nearly as needy as I imagine. I could be overreacting to the whole thing.
Could be. Refill?
No. At some point tonight, we're going to have to consider the departmental budget, you know.
Oh, how could I forget? What was I saying before?
I have no idea. I was talking to you about Barbara.
Oh?
See, The Proud and the Passionate may be canceled. This is after 23 years. Barbara's been with the show since the beginning. Losing it would be like losing her family.
To say nothing of the income.
Oh, Barbara's worried about that, too. Today, she thought the ratings went up. Her whole world is tied to those ratings. When she thought they went up, she was ecstatic. She was full of plans and energy. And it turned out that somebody goofed, and actually the ratings had gone down a point. She nearly collapsed. I mean, literally. She had to hang on to me.
Well, no wonder you're apprehensive.
Yeah, I am. I hope that's not an emergency.
Well, I doubt that they'd bring the patient over here. But they would call first.
Right.
Hello. Did I frighten you?
Oh, of course not. Please, come in. Oh, what a nice surprise. How lovely you look.
Thank you. Oh, is it cocktail time?
Oh, yeah, I guess it is.
Oh, you poor thing, drinking all alone.
Hello, Miss Wilde. Delightful to see you again.
Yes, you're Dr.
Coleridge. Right.
Coleridge.
All of his patients watch your show.
It's true. You have a lot of fans. Look, Maggie does.
Thanks. The cast is all very good right now.
Well, next to you, my favorite is Anne. Well, Seneca, I see my patients a lot, and they watch the show all the time. Tell me, what is that charming lady's real name?
Anne is played by Diana Buckman. I think you'd like her in real life, too.
I'm sure.
Look, let me get you a drink. We're just about to start work. Oh, my. That didn't sound very gracious, did it? Let me rephrase.
Seneca, let me. Why don't I take you both to dinner? I could use the company, and you could use the food.
No, actually, we're tied up with...
Unfortunately, there is the budget.
Another time, and no to the drink. I came with a message. I'll deliver it, and then I'll be on my way. I'm sorry about today. I behaved very badly.
No, you didn't. You were upset, and with good reason.
I was too upset. You see, our ratings dropped, and I promptly fell apart. I'm given to fairly dramatic highs and lows.
You and some of the finest actresses in the world.
How nice. At any rate, I hope you'll forgive my excesses and come to the anniversary party as planned. I expect to be on a very even keel.
Whose anniversary are you celebrating?
The show's 23 years tomorrow.
Oh, that sounds very exciting. Will the entire cast be there?
Oh, yes, cast, crew, relatives, friends, enemies, and all the eligible males that we can find. If you'll join us, I'll personally introduce you to Diana.
How can I say no?
You can't. And neither can you. We need our special medical consultant.
I'll be there with bells on.
Good. Crystal Palace? 6 o'clock? Is 6 too early?
No, no, the time is fine. The place is fine. I'm very fond of the Crystal Palace.
Good. I'm off. Have a nice evening. Goodbye, Roger.
Bye.
See to your budget now.
Looking forward to tomorrow.
Me too.
Good night.
She is special.
Remember what your mother said. Beware of dependent women.
Well, my mother made a lot of mistakes in her time. Look, Seneca, if you don't want to go to the
I do. I wanted to go out to dinner.
You are being cautious.
Yeah. And we're gonna stay that way.
There is so much drama inside this hospital. It's hard to keep it covered up. Night Shift, the SoapNet original series, premieres Thursday, July 12th at 11 p.m. on SoapNet.
Tonight on SoapNet.
Oh my God, Jake.
His child kidnapped.
Who knows if he'll ever be found.
A father behind bars.
I need to get out of here tonight!
Just please go look for him.
I need to break out here to find my son.
Watch General Hospital tonight at 10 on SoapNet.
Here's a real love story. Once upon a time, a mandarin met a lion. And well, the rest is history. New Gain Mandarin Lime Fusion Detergent. The scent you'll love to squeeze.
I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Okay, who's driving?
Hey, Marvin. Want to go to a party tonight?
Always designate a driver before you drink.
When I have an itch down there and there's odor, do people notice?
Maximum Strength Vagisil Cream instantly relieves itch as it eliminates odor.
So I feel like myself again. I'm so glad that itch is gone.
Vagisil, 100% woman, 100% of the time.
Kosher hot dogs only use the finest cuts of kosher beef. Not so with the other guys. That's why Hebrew National 100% kosher beef hot dogs have no fillers or byproducts. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Hebrew National. We answer to a higher authority.
You already know that college is expensive, and more bills will be arriving soon. You need money for next semester's tuition, books, living expenses, a computer, and other costs. A Chase Education loan can help. You can get up to $40,000 a year for most college expenses mailed to your home in about a week. It's easy. Students can apply by phone or online in as little as 15 minutes. And unlike other consumer loans, repayment can begin after graduation. If financial aid and federal student loans aren't enough, call 888-663-0619 or visit chaseed18.com. That's 888-663-0619 or chaseed18.com.
Dad.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting a dorm room too, right?
Right. You're going to live in a dorm room, and Mommy and I are going to live in a nice cardboard box.
Act now. For a limited time, you'll receive a $50 Visa gift card with your loan.
It is a phenomenon known as déjà vu.
Have we met?
No.
Many believe it is a trick of the mind, but the truth is far more astonishing.
Brace yourself.
The key to stopping a disaster starts by solving the mystery behind déjà vu. Déjà vu.
You're not imposing in the least. I was intrigued by your call.
Yes, Mr. Roving thought that you might be.
How is Jonas? Clearly, he is not your client.
Why is that clear?
Because Jonas wouldn't investigate Ari. He thinks he knows all about him.
Ari is Benedict White.
Ari, short for Aristotle.
Does Roving dislike him?
It's not that.
Oh, thank you.
Jonas simply prefers the more cut and dried type. There is nothing dry about Ari. Can you tell me who your client is?
Well, actually, I would rather not mention his name. I will tell you that he owns a small private museum with a decent Egyptian collection. My client is interested in employing Benedict White, if his credentials measure up.
There's no one better.
Well, is that the ringing endorsement that it seems to be?
Indeed it is. Ari's a brilliant archaeologist. Perfect combination of fine training and incisive thinking. I take it you're familiar with his work on the 19th dynasty. Extraordinary accomplishment. Ask anyone in the field.
Well, actually, I have spoken to several experts. They all agree about his abilities. However, they seem less unanimous about his character references. My client will be putting great trust in whomever he hires. So it has to be a man of integrity as well as brilliance.
Then he's found his man in Ari. Miss Coleridge, the world of archaeology is rife with gossip and intrigue. Make half a dozen inquiries about Cyril Campion, and you'll get at least half a dozen. More, or less even. You'll get, out of a half a dozen, you'll get 5. 5 at least, raised eyebrows and knowing smiles. It will be suggested, if not quite said, that I stock this museum with black market antiquities. It will be murmured that I deal with the lowest lot. Everyone from gun runners to grave robbers. Without proof, such things are to be ignored. As they say, it goes with the territory.
Suppose an archaeologist had for sale a small article that he claims to have gotten from a child from the village of Thebes.
You've been to my friend the Sheikh, Harun al-Rashid.
Yes.
Master of the raised eyebrow.
And the knowing smile.
Definitely. Miss Coleridge believes substantiated facts, not stories. The fact is, Mr. Aristotle Benedict White has outstanding qualifications, both professional and personal.
Well, I'll tell my client that you said so.
And how will he proceed? Oh, excellent.
Next, it's Shocking Secrets in Salem on Days. Then catch the latest scandals on AMC. Later, things are heating up on One Life on SoapNet. In the tradition of Bennifer, Tomcat, and Brangelina, SoapNet's got Payla.
I can't stop thinking about you.
Boat.
I love your fancy face.
And Jolena.
Flowers? Champagne? Musicians? How did you do that?
I've got my secrets.
Follow your favorite Salem super couple every move in prime time.
Welcome home.
Watch Days of Our Lives next, only on SoapNet. Tonight on SoapNet.
I fell asleep when Todd was gone.
You gotta help me find him before he gets hurt.
Todd needs me, I feel it.
Todd, is that you?
He's right here. I'm looking at him, and I'm the only one keeping him alive. Tell him I love him.
Watch One Life to Live tonight at 9 on SoapNet.
You shouldn't push me. It's not in your best interest. Sometimes too much damage is done, and you can't see things clearly. I've apologized for my sins repeatedly. I'm not going to say I'm sorry anymore. I'm not going to crawl in a corner and hide.
Everyone has a dark side. The Young and the Restless, weeknights at 11 on SoapNet.
With color this vibrant, what will you get away with? Herbal Essences Color.
Ow.
Once a month, every month. It's the same old tune.
Tylenol and Advil only treat cramps, not bloating, not fatigue. Switch to Midol. Get rid of all your symptoms. Midol does it all.
With Pam for grilling, food sticks to nothing.
Smirnoff Ice, huh?
Just gotta think of everything, Chief.
So what's up with the Trident?
Watch the bar.
You think of everything. You serve Smirnoff Ice. Please drink responsibly.
Joe? Joe, you in there?
Just a minute.
What's with the lock?
Privacy. What do you want?
Couple things.
Make it fast.
You going somewhere?
I don't have a lot of time for you.
All right. One, I had a talk with Siobhan.
Oh, yeah? How was it?
Two, she's not thinking straight. That could be a problem.
So you'll help her solve it. You know what friends are for?
Three, if it develops into a problem, you'll have to deal with it. So maybe we should consider a plan.
What is this we? You turn me to the feds, that means you own me? You can make plans with my wife. I'll take care of myself.
It's all turned around, isn't it? I mean, you frame me.
Shut up
and
about
then you
the
get
frame.
mad. I'll shut up in about 20 years, or maybe I'll never shut up. Whatever's bugging you, you get off it. I didn't come here to take care of you. I came here because Siobhan is still vulnerable.
Because you love her.
Right. I want her to have a long and full life, the kind that Mary should have had. Now, what the hell is this all about?
I had a little talk with Siobhan myself.
When?
How long ago? 20, 30 minutes. She came to see me.
Well, so much for early warning. What happened?
She'd been thinking about her part in the breakup. So what she discussed with you?
Yeah, basically.
Interesting.
Pretty academic.
She told me it was real, valid.
What struck me as most real was the way she can't let go of you. You dropped a bombshell on her last night, Joey. Already she's wondering how much of it was her fault. Already she's come back to see you. That's dangerous. It scares me.
Well, she came to see you first, pal.
Joe, I'm talking about Siobhan's safety. Her life. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, you're right. I gotta keep her away from me. Nick was here. He saw her when she left.
Vartova's man?
Yeah. I sold him a story. I think he bought it.
What'd you let her in for? You should have thrown out bodily if one of Vartova's men.
Why don't we talk about what you should have done when she came to see you? You want to kick that around?
No, we're agreed that she's got to stay away from you. And we'd better work on that, huh?
I'll figure out a way to keep her away. She'll never speak to me again. I can't keep this act up much longer. If Vartova had been here today instead of Nick, he would have seen in my face how much I still love her. He would have seen he could still threaten her.
Yeah,
to
well,
get
you
what he
better make
wants.
sure he never sees that.
I guarantee it.
How?
Just give me till tomorrow.
Will love conquer all? Or are the residents of Salem destined to be miserable? Find out who's pursuing who and who's left brokenhearted. Days of Our Lives, next on SoapNet.